sir.
Okay, I just talked to you a little while ago, and just as a brief recap, about 5:35 this afternoon, one of our patrol officers, Andrew Benson, was attempting to do a traffic stop for a traffic violation. Somebody asked me earlier what the violation was, and I didn't know, so I checked. He actually saw this individual driving without a seatbelt. He was going to stop him for driving without a seatbelt. They were on Edison Avenue and turned north onto Cherokee Street. The car didn't stop immediately, but it wasn't like really trying to flee. And after they got onto Cherokee Street and went down a couple of blocks, the driver stopped the car. The officer said that the suspect was fidgeting around in the car. The officer got out of his car, and as he stepped out of the door, the suspect reached out his window with a firearm and started shooting at the officer. And right off the bat, in that initial volley, Officer Benson was shot in the upper right arm. Officer Benson was able to return fire, move back to his car for some cover and continue to fire, and then move back out. One more kind of volley of fire there. I still don't know the total number of shots. I should have asked that, and I didn't do it. But it was multiple shots. Suspect fired multiple times. Suspect then left the scene in the vehicle. The officer gave a very good description of the suspect and of the vehicle. The vehicle was abandoned a short distance away, and then through all the investigative efforts, we were able to identify a suspect and began working on finding him. As I told you a little earlier when we met, every resource that we had was going to go look for this guy, so we have found him. His name is Donald Lee Goins, G-O-I-N-S. He's a black male. Looks like he's 33 years old. Has an extensive arrest history, which you will get. Looks like he had an active warrant for domestic battery, a misdemeanor. So at this time, Mr. Goins is under arrest for attempted murder of a police officer, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. We're continuing to do the investigation. The detectives are still working this. They'll probably work it through the night to try to see what else we can come up with on it. But what I would like to say is that this obviously is a very dangerous job that these men and women do, and something as simple as trying to stop somebody for not having a seatbelt on can turn into a life-threatening situation for that officer. As I mentioned earlier, the difference between getting shot in the upper arm and getting shot in the head is just a matter of a few inches. And we're very thankful that Officer Benson is doing well. I believe he's already been released from the hospital, and I'm sure he'll have to have some further treatments and so forth. So we're very thankful that he's okay. We do still know that Mr. Goins left the area that he was in over around Edison, and I don't remember where the car was located. He was arrested over in the Springfield area around 24th or 25th and Laurel, kind of in that area. So somebody gave him a ride over there. So if people know who gave him a ride, if somebody gave him a ride, we'd be interested in talking to him. If somebody has any information at all about this case, we'd like to know it, and we'd like for people to step forward and help us with it. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions. I don't have a whole lot more detail than what I just gave you, but I'd be happy to try.
Was he the only one in the car?
Yes, according to the officer, he was the only one in the car.
Is there reason to believe he was firing back because of that active warrant that he had out? I mean, did he jump?
We don't know yet at this point what his motivations were. He was a convicted felon. He was in possession of a firearm, which is against the law. It's a felony. He did have a warrant for a misdemeanor, but I'd be speculating. I don't know why he did it.
At this point, do you still believe he was alone in the car, perhaps?
Yes.
Was he hit at all?
He was not shot,
no. What led you guys to Springfield to find him?
Very good investigative efforts, and that's about as far as I'm going to go with that right now, okay?
Any idea what kind of car he might have been in to get over there?
No, I don't know at this point, and that's what we're working on.
Weapon recovered?
Not yet, and that's something else I'd like to know where it is. If somebody gave him a ride, they may have it. They may know where he put it.
What kind of a weapon?
I don't know at this point yet. I know it's a firearm, and the officer was shot with it. So.
Has he been speaking with police at all at this point?
I don't really know where they are on that in that process at this point.
Any other questions?
Is there anything else that we can learn about Officer Benson?
You know, when the sheriff was at the hospital while I was at the scene, and I'll tell you that when I talked to the sheriff, the first thing he said to me was, "Gosh, you know, we're really lucky. This young man's got a 3-month-old and a 2-year-old." Okay, I mean that's the people that are out there every day putting their lives on the line, protecting this community, and I don't think people remember that as often as they should.
You said he had an outstanding warrant for misdemeanor domestic battery.
Yes.
Would he have gone to jail for that, or
Yes.
I guess for the firearms as well?
Well, he'd have gone to jail for the, I mean, with a warrant, there's an order from the judge to put somebody in jail, so yes, they would have gone to jail.
Within the suspect's history, does he have a history of fighting back with police?
I haven't read it. You've got a copy of it. You can take a look at that, but I got just the first sheet with his name on it. That's all I've got. I
Any
know
other-
it's extensive. It's like, how many pages?
24.
24 pages. So,
Any other questions?
thank you all very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.